So this is my short film script cycle. If we have Alan playing Finn, Chloe playing Lauren, I'll do the directions. If you want to play the mum or the teacher,
I'll do the mum.
The mum, if you don't mind being the teacher. I think. Oh, and then if you could be Brooklyn. Actually, do you want to be the teacher and you be Brooklyn?
Yeah.
Because then the gender. Yeah. Okay.
That's fine.
So, scene 1 is in the home living room. Finn is a 17-year-old boy with a slim build, dark and unkept hair. He gives off the vibe he is a bit weirder than most people his age and doesn't have too many friends. He is lying on the sofa watching TV with a pair of shorts and a loose t-shirt on. He is balancing a mug on the side of the sofa and has a plate with half-eaten toast balancing on the edge of the sofa. From another room, we hear a woman's voice.
Finn, I'm off now. Can you please hoover today?
Oh,
Finn, did you hear me? I asked you to hoover up. I'm going to be gone for a week. I'm sure it won't kill you to handle a bit of hoovering.
sorry, Mum. Sure. Yeah. On it.
Love you, bye.
We hear a car start up and see Finn leap up from the sofa and dart towards the window. As he gets up, he knocked off the plate sitting there and has to turn back around to pick it up.
Oh, shit.
Finn picks up the toast and plate and runs back over to the window to see his mum driving away. Now that Finn's mum has left, he has a new light in his eyes and runs upstairs as if it were Christmas up there. However, just as he is about to get to the top, he nearly bumps into Lauren, his sister. She is fully clothed, unlike Finn. She is sporting an apron and a white shirt. Finn is completely thrown off and was not aware that she was home.
Hi. Okay, I like it. I like the way you've written the dialogue. You've written the dialogue in a way that someone actually speaks.
Thank you. So,
Yeah. Oh, I think I remember what this story is going to be, but yeah. It's. I guess we'll find out more as we progress.
No, I think
I
we're
meant
waiting for you
it's
to...
your
to
line.
read.
Oh,
It's your line.
Sorry.
Your Finn.
Feedback, of course. Okay, so I suppose we can start again and you say,
Hi.
oh, hey.
Why are you running up the stairs?
What? I was just going to my room.
Alright, weirdo. I'm off, yeah, I'll see you later.
Lauren leaves downstairs. We see Finn run his hands down his face and take a deep breath, and then he enters his room. We see the door open slowly and the light gleams through the door as it opens in a heavenly way. So scene 2, Finn's bedroom. Finn, upon entering his room, closes the door and the curtains, and the room becomes dark. Not much is seen, however there is still enough light to see what is happening. Finn then sits down on his bed. He takes some lotion and tissues from the dresser beside his bed and pulls out his laptop from a drawer. Finn opens the laptop up and we see the blue light from the laptop screen illuminate the room. Finn is talking to a person through text on his laptop, and we see several messages flashing on the screen in the form of a montage, including...
Brooklyn, I have missed you so much.
Who's Brooklyn? Me?
Yeah.
Can I not be Brooklyn? I just don't feel it's appropriate.
Oh, okay.
Wait, I'm not being Brooklyn, hold on.
Okay,
I
I'll
don't think
do...
I can.
Yeah, no, that's okay. I missed you too, baby.
I don't mind going to see you. It's been too long. I'm craving you.
You know we can't eventually, though.
What about for your 25th? Maybe I could give you a surprise in person.
Well, it would be a really sexy surprise if you gave me some pictures, winky face. But I need them physically because you know what they'll do to me if they ever find out about us.
Don't worry, that won't ever happen. God, I just want you so bad.
You're so good, don't worry, we'll get our time. Just remember to call me if anything happens so we can start somewhere new. Okay, and then included in this montage is Finn using the laptop in his room. This includes seeing Finn typing, squirting lotion, using tissues, and Finn has a clock sitting at an angle where he is unable to see it. However, through the montage, the viewer is able to see time passing throughout the day. until it is later in the day. We then see Lauren swing the door open. This causes Finn to slam the laptop shut abruptly.
Have you been in here all day?
No.
Oh my god. Oh, ew, come on, really? All day?
What? No, it hasn't been all day.
Okay, whatever. Like, have a shower or something, man. I don't know.
Lauren closes the door and Finn then picks up the clock to look at it, to see that it has in fact been all day, and we see his face immediately filled with embarrassment. Should I just carry on?
Yeah.
Okay, scene 3. So we're at college in the camera equipment room now. Finn's teacher is seen pulling out some camera equipment and placing it on the table with his hands sat on top of it.
So what did you say you needed this for again?
I was going to do a shoot on some skyscrapers.
Yes, skyscrapers, man-made beauty. You know these buildings are the core of what makes a city so mesmerising. Like a snowflake, each one is unique, a work of art. Every city has its own DNA and the towers are part of it. Capture it in all its beauty. Oh, and I recommend finding a corner and photographing up, making sure you capture the beautiful glass walls that will reflect light well to brighten the building up.
The teacher slides the equipment across the table to Finn.
Have fun.
You too.
Finn, immediately realising how stupid of a response that is, just opted to leave the room as quick as possible. A day passes. We see this through Finn's change of clothing. So scene 4, interior, in the dark room. We see Finn in the dark room preparing the photos to be developed. This is in the form of a montage and is to music with a dark tone to fit the theme of what is happening. At the end, we see Finn seal an envelope and draw a quick sketch of Brooklyn Bridge on the front of the envelope. He then collects his things and goes home. So scene 5, back in his living room. We see Finn holding the same envelope as the previous scene, and he is dressed in a coat and a hat and ready to leave the house. He unlocks the door and as he pulls it open, his sister comes out of nowhere.
Where are you going?
Ow.
In the pouring?
Before Lauren could even finish her sentence, Finn was out the door. Scene 6, exterior.
So just before we carry on, I really like the way that you've written the dialogue. My only issue at the moment is the way that you've written the actions. Every action starts with we see, we see, we see. You don't need to include the we see.
Okay.
Finn is holding the same envelope as the previous scene. Finn is, do you see what I mean? You can just take out the we sees. Yeah?
My only issue is the teacher bit. I think it's a bit excessive. The way that it's written. Like, I don't feel like Tracy would be like,
But would
Yes.
Michael say that?
skyscrapers,
Michael
man-made beauty.
Would Michael
but
be like that?
I don't
It does
know.
feel a little bit forced.
Bit-
It could just
a bit
be a
much.
bit shorter.
Yeah, and like cut out like
Okay.
man-made beauty and then just go, oh, I recommend finding the corner, and that bit works. But I
Okay,
felt
yeah,
like
yeah.
And
it was,
remember, think about things that I would say, like don't forget to check your batteries,
Mhm.
don't forget to use your tripods. Make it a bit more realistic.
Yeah, see, with the teacher, I was trying to be a little bit over the top. Like in my treatment, he's wearing like a weird scarf, so he's supposed to be a bit.
oh, okay.
I was trying to, I guess, lighten the mood a bit between sort of like, I guess the really dark like
Stuff that's
weird
coming.
messaging
Yeah.
and then what's about to come.
Yeah.
But yeah, I probably could trim it down a bit.
Yeah.
Like it might be a bit excessive. Where were we?
Scene 6.
Scene 6. Yes. So we're on the long path. We see Finn plodding along in a half-running, half-jogging kind of motion. He's clearly disgruntled by the weather, and you can tell he doesn't go out in it much. Scene 7. Exterior night, car park. We see Finn arrive in a car park to where he wanders over to a corner to look around eerily. We see Brooklyn hiding behind a wall. She is dressed in all black and has a backpack laying in between her feet. She sees Finn arrive and unzips her backpack to reveal a knife, which she pulls out of her bag and caresses it. There are other items in the bag, however, you can't make out anything. Then she looks back up to see someone is following Finn. She looks back and forth between Finn, her bag, and Lauren, and decides to retreat further back behind the wall. We see Finn leaving. Lauren goes over to the corner where Finn was and pulls out the envelope he had and leaves. Scene 8, interior, night, Lauren's room /toilet. We see Lauren sitting cross-legged in the middle of her bed with the envelope in her hands. She opens it lightly with care. She pulls out a photo, and then another, and another. She covers her mouth and darts for the toilet and starts to retch into it violently. Scene 9, night, interior, Finn's room. Afterwards, she cleans herself up and quietly creaks Finn's door open to show him fast asleep with his laptop upon the far side of his room. Lauren sneaks over to carefully take the laptop and leaves. Scene 10, Lauren's room / living room. Lauren is sitting in the middle of the bed again with Finn's laptop illuminating the room, similar to earlier when Finn was using the laptop. Lauren is scrolling through Finn's laptop with a look of pure disgust on her face. We then see Finn standing at the door holding a phone while it's ringing. Lauren looks up from the laptop and sees him on the phone.
Finn.
Oh, Brooklyn. Oh, Brooklyn. She's on to us. Get rid of it all.
Oh, yeah, no, that's supposed to be an
Shit.
action.
Yeah, sure.
Lauren darts for Finn. However, he's running away from her downstairs. However, Finn falls and drops the phone. Lauren manages to grab it and looks at Finn, who is sitting in the corner in absolute hysterics.
How old do you seriously think you are?
It's none of your fucking business. Why don't you just fuck off?
No, this ends now.
She warned me of you. She told me you'd be like this. You have ruined everything, you fucking bitch.
This is all too much. The photos, the messaging, and God only knows what else. You're my little brother Finn. I have to do this to protect you.
Lauren picks up the phone and starts dialing. Scene 11, interior night, Brooklyn's home. Brooklyn's room is as dark and eerie as she has been throughout the film, with pictures of teens on the wall with markings on their photos and addresses are written across the pictures. Among these is a picture of Finn. Brooklyn starts to take a deep breath and picks up her phone and starts to call someone. It's a lost cause with him. We hear mumbling coming from the phone, but the audio is incoherent. I know, a white virgin at his age would have gone for at least 7. More incoherent audio. It's fine, I'll dispose of any evidence and proceed with the others. We see Brooklyn snap the phone she was using to call Finn. Scene 12, interior day, Finn's living room. The sound of the phone snapping syncs up with the knocking of Finn's door. Lauren answers and lets in social services.
You will never find her. You fucked everything up.
And then we're scene 13, night, exterior, unknown location on a field. Brooklyn is digging a hole in the ground and we see her put in the laptop and proceed to throw dirt back onto it. We fade to black. We fade back in and we see Brooklyn messaging a new boy by the name of Matty. Also almost identical messages, however this time she is under their alias Alaska. Fade to black.
Oh, I like that. You changed the ending.
I did.
So it's like a people trafficking
Yeah.
kind of. I like that. That was good because that was what we were struggling with before of how to end it.
Yeah.
I think that gives it a much more solid ending. The only thing that I think we need to develop is I think there needs to be more build up at the start. So where obviously you have the montage of him in his room talking to her, I think we need to have more communication between the two. So that she's had more of an impact on his everyday life. So for example, when he is at college, does he maybe get some messages from her? Is he chatting to her on the phone, talking to her? I think we need to really emphasise the fact that she is there and has been there for quite a while, and that's why he is so emotionally connected to what he thinks is his girlfriend.
Okay.
But the reality, obviously we know what the reality is. Yeah, there needs to be more of a connection between him and her.
Okay.
And then I just think I like the dialogue between the brother and the sister. I just think that there needs to be maybe a little bit more of it. That when obviously mum's gone somewhere for a week, Lauren might say to him something like, "Look, mum's not here. I'm in charge." There, I think the dialogue is nice. You should include a bit more of it.
Okay.
Just again, you just want to kind of pad it out a little bit.
Yeah.
Give it a bit. Remember, we have to have enough time to build a connection to the characters.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, I think the Lauren and Finn relationship, you quite like that relationship, but give it a bit more.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyone want to add anything? I like that. It's good.
Thanks.
Really like how you changed the ending.
Flows well as well.
Yeah, really
Yeah.
good.
It was a good read. I actually liked it.
Yeah. And yeah, definitely Finn's better than Trey.
Yeah.
Trey. You just think of these kind of like American jock type characters.
Yeah.
And where did you vision the setting? Because I'm picturing an American film.
I was just imagining like a standard sort of small house with an upstairs and downstairs. Obviously, like a pathway could be literally anywhere. Whatever I guess would be easiest to film
Yeah.
and kind of have that sort of like grey, a lot of grey
Yeah.
sort of tones, and then maybe like a car park
Yeah.
with pillars.
So really
hiding
quite
behind a
simple locations
Yeah.
as well. And I like the way that you presented the end. You've literally given us your ending in one sentence. I know a white virgin at his age, he would have gone for at least 7. Like in that one sentence, you've told us exactly what was happening in this film. Yeah, really like that. Well done.